Two of our 3 stations here in West Hampstead, which has a really important interchange for transport, are now step-free. But West Hampstead Tube is the poor relation at the moment. And that means that people in wheelchairs, parents with buggies are unable to get their children on, and people who want to transfer between those networks are unable to do so. If elected, what will you do to change that and make West Hampstead Tube accessible?
About 2 months before the general election, I got a letter from a constituent of mine who I had not at that point met, and it was an angry letter. He said, "You have no idea what it's like being wheelchair dependent and having to rely on public transport." And the truth was, he was right. I am not dependent on wheelchairs. I have not had to go through that from a personal point of view. So I wrote back to him and I asked him if he would take me on a tour, and so I could at least secondhand experience what he deals with every day. And I did that. We spent a morning on buses, on the underground, on Southwest trains. We covered the lot. And it was a nightmare. It was an absolute shocking nightmare. And I made a pledge to him then. I said, I will lobby after the election, the next Mayor of London, to ensure that this is a priority, that we put money aside in order to nail this issue. I didn't at that point think that I was going to be throwing my hat into the ring as the potential next Mayor of London. But I am now lobbied duly, and I will ensure that if I am elected on May the 5th, I will make this a priority issue. But it requires investment. It costs money. And that is a further reason why the transport budget that TfL has must be protected. And
well, let's get a commitment from you. You tell us how much.
Well, I've put my transport manifesto out a couple of days ago, and I've said that the first thing I will do within weeks of being elected is commission people who are wheelchair users to prioritise where that investment needs to go.
How much?
Well, I haven't put a figure on it, but it's a priority issue.
No one is going to take you seriously until you put a figure on it.
Not the disagree with that. I disagree with that. People will look at my record as an MP and they'll see that I don't make promises that I don't keep. That's why I was returned at the last election.
You voted for a £30 a week cut. A few months ago, Zac Goldsmith in the House of Commons voted for a £30 a week cut to disability at the ESA. I don't know if you knew what you were voting for, but you did it. No one is going to trust you on that, Zac. I'm sorry.